Don't worry about your target time. If you want to get faster at 10K, this workout is for you. It's tough, it takes no prisoners, but it gets results. And we've teamed up with TrainingPeaks for our Workout of the Month series. If you'd like to find out more, head to the link in the description to see all of the different training plans that you can download, maybe even get your workouts onto your phone or your watch for you. Now, let's get stuck into this workout. Starting off with 5 to 10 minutes warm up, building up to, a brisk pace by the end of it, just to get ready for what's to come. I need to be fully warmed up, so I'm also going to throw in some drills and some strides because the very first effort is at 10K pace. So there's no messing about, you need to be ready to go. So the session is going to start with a 2K effort, which is 5 laps of the track. And we're going to run that at solid, consistent 10K pace. So for me, back in the day, that would have been 68 seconds per lap. So well under 30-minute pace, but I'm nowhere near that anymore. Pick your 10K pace, and if you don't know what that is, there are lots of online calculators you could use to work it out, or take your 5K pace and add somewhere between 10 and 30 seconds per kilometre to that pace. But basically, you could also ease into the session to try and gauge exactly what the right pace is going to be for you. After that first 2K effort, we're going to have 3 minutes jog before going into the next 2K effort, but this one is a bit different. We're going to alternate pace every lap, so every 400 metres, between 10K pace and 3K pace. So that's quite a big difference. So the first lap is going to be the pace that you ran the previous 5 laps at, and then all of a sudden after 1 lap you're going to change to 3K pace, back to 10K pace, 3K pace, 10K pace, and then another 3 minutes recovery. And then after that recovery, you're halfway. You've got 2 more 2K efforts left. The first one is going to be a repeat of the very first effort, so that's going to be consistently at your 10K pace, 3 minutes recovery, and the final effort is 2K with the first lap at 10K pace. Then you have to get faster every lap from there. Absolutely brutal, but it makes you so much faster. Right, enough talking, let's get into it. So when you say the session out loud, it actually sounds like it's longer than it is. It's only 8K of work, which is shorter than the 10K race you're training for. So give it your all, but break it down into your mind into each 2-kilometre chunk. So this first 2K should feel like you could carry on at this pace for a little bit longer, but you might not want to, because don't be fooled, it always feels much harder than I want it to. It's a great way of learning what 10K race pace is, so that on race day you don't have to keep checking your watch to see if you're going at the right pace, because you've got a good feel for it. Wow. The hardest bit mentally to deal with is the fact that's 1/4 of the session, and some of the other efforts are harder than that. But it wakes your body up. My lungs were burning pretty early because you're going straight into a hard effort. I managed to hit really metronomic, really even split times as I was going, so every lap was within a second of each other. Now, 3 minutes, walk that first little bit, and then start jogging before we go into something I'm not looking forward to. These alternating laps are so tough. Okay, so I'm going to try and jog a full lap in each of my 3 minutes recoveries. I'm just coming up to the start line to start the second effort. Game face on. Got to get the pace right for this first lap. So I love this session because the mixture of paces really challenges you. You feel like you're getting through the session quite quickly. It's only 8K of volume, but you're getting tested at 3K pace, 10K pace, and definitely the 3-minute recoveries just don't feel long enough. So it's a challenge, and I always knew that if I could complete this session at the target paces, then I could definitely go out and hit those target paces in a race. It's really important, regardless of what distance you're training for, to train at paces that are faster and slower than your target race pace, so you get a good understanding of where that race pace sits in your arsenal of how you run. So if you're able to push yourself faster than race pace, it should start to feel easier. In this case, once you've done 1 lap at 3K pace and rolling into the next lap at 10K pace, all of a sudden makes that 10K pace feel a little bit more comfortable. So, I can barely talk, that was hard. There was another way of doing this workout where you go 3K, 10K, 3K, 10K, 3K, so you have 3 of the 5 laps hard, but we're doing it the other way, and trust me, that was hard enough. The 10K laps almost do feel like a little bit recovery because they feel so much easier than the 3K efforts. But then picking up again for lap number 4, going back up to 3K pace was so difficult, and I really wanted to stop after it. But my legs, lungs, and 10K time, I think, will thank me for carrying on and getting that 5th lap done. I'm walking it off I know I need to jog, but I know I need to jog. Okay, come on, Andy, let's jog. I don't know whether it's my favourite part of the session, but the most important part of this session is the second effort, the 2K with the alternating paces. It comes early in the workout, so it's tempting to save a little bit for the reps that you've got later on, but it's really important to dial right into those paces as quickly as you can. Hit them to the best of your ability, and that sets you up for a brilliant workout. I think that was the shortest 3 minutes of my life. Okay, mentally I've got to switch on because I really don't want to do this. Let's get it done. Then it's 1 lap to go after this. 1 rep to go. Oh, I can't even speak. Back into 2K at 10K pace. This might feel strange to go back into a consistent pace after the alternating laps that you've done previously, but this segment is really important, so stick to your pace like glue. If you can do a consistent pace after the alternating laps when your legs are starting to feel tired, it's going to set you up perfectly for maintaining a steady pace on race day. Okay. 3/4 done. So hard. But actually, that one physically felt okay. Aerobically, I think, my body had caught up a little bit. Going into that very first 2K effort at 10K pace was like a bit of a shock to the system. Now I've settled into it. I've also got 3K pace in my legs, so the actual pace felt okay. I've got it done, I've got it in the bank. And now I'm totally turning my attention as I jog to keep myself moving to the next effort. Tuning in to the 10K pace that I've just been running and no faster for the first lap. And then just trying to get faster and faster and faster. This is where the session's made or broken. When I was running professionally, I had the benefit of an amazing training group. We'd have a little train set up. We each knew which lap we were going to take. We'd slot in a little bit like in the cycling, in the pursuit. We all knew the part that we had to play. It's very lonely today, so if I can give you any recommendations, find some people, similar ability, see if you can do it together. So this last 2K effort is by far the most brutal, but psychologically, you've done 3/4 of the session and this is it. You've just got to get it right to finish it off. The key is not to increase your speed by too much each lap, and make sure you hit the first lap bang on, or maybe even a little bit slower than target pace, just to give yourself a little bit of headroom. So 2K is 5 laps of the track, so try to plan out what speed you want to go for each lap and use a watch to check in on your time every 200 meters or so, so half a lap. Will you start off with a 90-second lap and shave 5 seconds off each lap if that fits in with your target paces? Or maybe you could do it by pace and do the first 400 meters at 6-minute Ks and then shave off 10 seconds each lap to finish at 5:10 per K pace for the final lap. Whichever way you're used to measuring your paces, use the track to your advantage to control that pace and push with everything you have in the final lap to make sure you finish strong. I've been telling the camera how hard it is, it's brutal, but all of the best workouts are, otherwise what's the point? Doesn't matter what your goals are, I promise you that this workout will help you get faster at both 5K and 10K. If you want to, please, in the link in the description, check out all the information from TrainingPeaks, have a look at all the different training plans, and then if you haven't had enough of workouts already, there's an incredible one that Sarah took on that you need to take a look at next.